Hello everyone, I'm Elaine. I'm a second year graduate student in Georgetown University. Today I'm going to give you a brief talk. But before my talk, I'd like to ask you two questions. The first is, if you have seen a stranger's photo for 100 times, either at different times or places, or go through all these 100 pictures at one time, when you really meet that person, do you think you have a more positive impression on this stranger than other perfect strangers? And my second question is, I assume most of you don't know this language, but if you have seen this character for 100 times, will you think it has a more positive meaning than that one? Well, you may not know the answer because you never do this, of course. But I would not let you guess the answer either because people often have bias when they evaluate their own attitudes or behaviors. For example, most of the people believe they are more resistant to persuasive information, and people believe that they themselves are harder to be influenced or persuaded than other people. But the fact is, most of the time, people over evaluate their own ability or behaviors. So I will not let you guess the answer, but I'd like to introduce what Robert Zongs find in his experiments. Robert Zongs is a Polish born American social psychologist. His research interest is in people's social behaviors and cognitive process. Zhang's find in his many experiments that when people get more familiar to a subject, they will like it more, and they will tend to evaluate the subject as more positive. So the answers to the two questions I asked are yes. When people are exposed to a subject or a piece of information for many times, they will be more familiar with it, and they will be more fond of a subject merely being exposed to the subject for many times. That is why this finding is called the mere exposure effect or the familiarity principle, as many social psychologists call it. Do you think it's an amazing finding? That means that the scene you see every day, the advertisement you run across every day, and the products you see on your desk or in your closet every day, everything, all of the things you see every day are actually changing or shaping your mind. A lot of social psychologists and social science scholars find this really fascinating. And that is what I want to introduce to you today. I want to let you know that there's a research field in social science called communication, and communication effect is one of the topics in this field. Scholars in this topic look into how the information from your friends or the information on the media influence people's perception, attitudes, and behaviors. And this is also my research interest too. I'm curious about how all kinds of information change or shape people's perception or cognition. Also, I am committed to popularize the academic researches in this field. Currently, I'm running a popular social science blog, but it is based on Chinese. So if you understand Chinese, you're very welcome to follow my popular social science blog on WeChat. But I'm also working on translating some of my articles into English. But the main goal of my blog is to translate the obscure and complex academic language into the daily language, which can be understood easily by most of the people and can be easily understood by the general public. So you're very welcome to follow my blog, and I also hope that after watching this video, you will know more about the research field of communication and the research topic of communication effect. Thank you very much.